Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I have decided to come to Trafford Park to look at some luxury wristwatches, but a little bit different today. I'm going to be trying on a Hublot. Yes, my first Hublot. I may not be saying that right, but I don't think it matters too much, guys. This is a titanium grade 5 on a rubber strap, a very nice watch with a green dial. Sunburst dial, maybe. Noticed it on the website and they have them available at Trafford Park, so that's going to be interesting. I'm also going to be trying on a Breitling. How you doing? I'm also going to be trying on a Breitling, and again, 3 Breitlings, but one that's really caught my eye is a 46mm green titanium grade 5 on a bracelet. They've done a grade 5 titanium wristwatch diver for under 6 grand on a bracelet, and they've managed to polish the watch as well. Incredible. So that's a Breitling. And I'm also going to go and try on a limited 1 of 100 Zenith. I've always liked the Zenith, but I'm not a fan of the sub-dials. They've got 3 different color sub-dials on a white dial. It's just too much, but I'm going to try the watch on, see what it's like on the wrist, and give you some feedback. So, object of today is to try on a Hublot, to try on a Zenith, and to try on a Breitling, with the view to getting a new watch into the collection. Should be interesting. Well, it's watches, isn't it? How interesting is watches? Who knows? Who cares?
Goldsmiths recently opened this brand new boutique. It's a Hublot boutique and a Cartier boutique, a 2-in-1 boutique, and it is pretty amazing. And I know zero about Hublot, so let's call that the big orange and the big grey. Big in everything, including price. Honestly, from what I know about Hublot, they're bloody expensive. They also do Richard Mille impressions at Hublot. Because of my lack of knowledge, I don't know what came first, the Hublot or the Richard Mille. There you have it, guys. There is the watch that I'm interested in. You know me, I love a green dial, and this dial pops. This is the titanium green classic fusion Hublot for 6,800 MSRP, a 42mm watch, but it actually wears quite small on the wrist. My wrist is 6.5 inches thick. Let's bob in for a closer look at this watch. I've had a look at a lot of high value luxury wristwatches over the past couple of months, and for the money, guys, this watch ticks all the boxes. The finish of the watch is exquisite. The dial is simple, the hands are simple. It has a date wheel, and I'm pretty sure that date wheel is framed. It is an automatic wristwatch with a 42-hour power reserve and 5 ATMs. It is not got a screw down crown, so I'm pretty sure this is a dress watch. Really, would you go swimming in your normal wristwatches that are 30 ATMs? I doubt it. So I don't think this watch was designed as a high sports usage watch. Little oddism, if you ask me, is the case is grade 5 titanium, but the clasp is stainless steel. Open case back so you can see the in-house HUB 1110 self-winding movement. Sapphire crystal with anti-reflective treatment. Overall, I was very impressed with the finish of the watch. Sadly, because of people like Nico Leonard, the Hublot gets a bad name and it's not fair on Hublot. Secondary prices of this watch are in the low 4Ks, so if you want it from an AD, go ahead, pop into Trafford Park. If you're a little bit more savvy, get it on the grey market. Satin finish and polished titanium with 6H shaped titanium screws. Those screws require a special screwdriver, so even though the strap is detachable, you need to purchase the special screwdriver if you want to do it at home. I would not advise anybody to be messing around with a screwdriver on this watch. If you want to change the strap, take it back to the AD. I measured my wrist this morning and it's now 6.5 inches across the bone. The clasp is stainless steel. It's not obvious that it's not made of the same material as the watch itself, and it doesn't detract from the finish of the overall look of the watch. Let's head over to Breitling. If you go to the centre of Trafford Park, pretty much all of their watch shops are in the same place. This was extremely hard to get past all these people, and let's just have a quick look at this window display. Yawn, 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 and let's get straight on with the watches. Guys, this watch just popped immediately. I don't know if it's translating onto the big screen, but there's something incredible about this watch. Yeah, sure, it's the latest model, and Christ above, it's 46mm case, so it's way too big for Brenny. But I instantly liked it and thought, hey, this is quite an innovative looking watch. It's a diver watch. I am not going through any technical information with this watch because I honestly don't have the first clue about Breitlings. What I will tell you is during my conversations with Carl, I found out that he had no idea what grade titanium the watch is, and I will take that information to my grave. Got to assume it is only grade 2 then, right guys? The watch has something really quirky about it. I know if you like Breitlings, you'll know this already, but that's a locking mechanism for the bezel. It quite excited me, guys, because I hadn't seen one like that before. Remember, I know zero about Breitling watches. Couple of oddities about the watch is it's a full titanium 46mm watch for under £6,000. And you're going to go, Brenny, £6,000 is a lot of money. I'm going to say, yeah, it's a ton of money, but this is a Breitling titanium sports wristwatch with a usable clasp. Look at this, guys. You can press a button. I know I'm struggling here with this, but it's a lot easier when you're not trying to get it on camera. You just push the button and it glides up and down. Pretty simple, guys. And again, I'm fanning around with it and then I'm trying to get it as tight as possible so that when I put it back on my wrist, it doesn't look too big. On the wrist, you can see it's massive, way too big for me. I did say that if it was a smaller size, I would take the watch. And in hindsight, I probably wouldn't, because the watch has a couple of flaws. And I've just panned away to the rubber strap. I did ask Carl to get me out the rubber strap because I wanted to have a look at it. I wanted to have a look at the quality of the clasp, and the clasp is just as good on the rubber strap as it is on the bracelet. These rubber straps, guys, you would have to get them cut in store, and you probably have to get them cut more than once, because if you cut them too short, you're in for a little bit of trouble, because you would have to get an entire new strap. I'm not a fan of this kind of strap. I've had one before and I got it wrong the first time because I cut it one slot too long, and then I had to endure the same nervous Stanley knife cut for the second cut, and I didn't get it just right, and it always bugged me, guys. So if you ever buy a watch like this and you decide to trim it yourself, don't. Stop yourself. Wait, take it back to the AD and let them trim it for you. Yeah, as you can see, the clasp operates pretty similar to the one on the bracelet. Pretty nice, guys. I'm really impressed with the mechanical workings of a Breitling. Then this monster turned up. I like green, and when I spotted this one, I wanted to have a quick look at it. It's two-tone gold. This is just under £8,000, and I know zero about the watch. I was playing with the watch, and I either was too delicate with the watch, or I needed to activate it, or something was going wrong with the watch. And as you can see, I'm clearly pressing the buttons, but nothing is happening. Maybe no one's ever pressed this button before, maybe it's a button virgin, but the bloody thing wouldn't start. So I handed it to Carl and he gave it back to me, and there you go, it's now working. Honestly, guys, I don't know what was wrong with it, but I was still struggling with these buttons. I think the buttons are finicky, or maybe because it's brand new, it needs time to bed in. But I didn't find them as responsive. Overall, I thought this watch was horrible. At first glance, I thought it was nice, and eventually I realised this wasn't the watch for me. Again, a very big watch. I'm not quite sure on this one, but it's going to be 44 millimeters as a hazard a guess. I am just too lazy to check up the spec for you guys. If you like this watch, go ahead and look it up for yourselves. It does grow on you slowly, but so do warts. Ooh, that side case profile. There's no excuse for that, is there? Okay, now we're on to Rolex. This is the Rolex AD at Trafford Park. It's a Goldsmiths, and within this Goldsmiths, they sell Zeniths. Let's take a look at all of the Rolexes that are not available to purchase as a walk-in. Pretty much everything in this window is not for sale. They don't have the exhibition only signs up, but I can assure you none of these watches are available to purchase as a walk-in. You can see this classic Submariner non-date. Honestly, if you're talking about a Submariner, you shouldn't have to say non-date, but most people do. So when in Rome, again, an array of dates and two-tones and an Air King, more available in store. That's quite funny because the sign says more available in store, and yet there isn't, guys. There is nothing available to a random as a walk-in in Trafford Park. A guy let me through the door of the Rolex entrance. I don't even think he said good morning. I looked around at all the watches on display and not one sales associate approached me. Now we've moved over to the Zenith section, a bit of secret filming there because they can be a little bit funny about filming inside their precious empty store. There wasn't a single customer in there with me, and I was in there for a good 20 minutes. Right, let's look at this Zenith. I gotta tell you guys, this watch was stunning at first sight. I really like the watch, and I've tried on countless Zeniths in the past, and what I've actually been waiting for is the right color combination, and this one almost fits the bill. The funny thing about this watch is it's a limited edition, 1 of 100, and what Zenith has actually done is they've written 1 ONE of 100, not 001, 002, but 1 of 100. So everyone will say number 1 of 100. It is a good color combination, but again, why the hell does Zenith keep doing multicolored subdials? It drives me nuts. Look how stupid the multicolor subdials look on this watch. Zenith, please stop doing it. Please, I'm begging you, do a watch without the multicolored subdials. This watch is £10,800 and I struggled with the clasp. It is a bugger to get open. It is as stiff can be. There is no movement on that clasp. The young fella trying to sell me the watch was very proud of the fact that it's basically a Rolex, but it bloody well isn't. That clasp is garbage. It has no easy link. It has no quick adjustment. The clasp completely unsells the watch. You're about to buy the watch and then you realize the clasp is terrible and then you walk away. Zenith, sort the bloody clasp out, please.
Well, that was an interesting hour or two. I had the best experience at Hublot. That's Hublot in Trafford Park. It's a new boutique. I dealt with a lady who we will call Veronica from Russia, Mysterious Veronica, and she let me try on a couple of their watches, and I was really taken aback by the quality of the watch versus the price. And I'm getting laughed at here. When you walk around with a camera in your hand, you look like a bell end, but what can you do, guys? So yeah, back to Veronica. So she let me try on this Hublot and I was dead impressed. It wasn't an expensive Hublot. It was about £7,000 minus 2, and if I bought the watch I got a free strap with the watch. I was really taken aback by how nice the green dial was on the watch, but I thought the green strap was too much, so I asked her if I could get a black strap with the purchase and she said no problem. So very reasonable that they were willing to let me have the watch and offer me a complimentary black strap. Like I said, I think green on green is too much. I then went to Breitling. Actually, let's go back for a second. That Hublot watch, for the money, is the best quality watch I've seen for a while. It's grade 5 titanium, automatic, beautifully finished, really comfortable on the wrist for just under £7,000, I think. I've forgotten how much it costs. I think that's it. So I'm very interested in Hublot now. The biggest winner for me was the Breitling. This guy just walked right in front of me. People are stupid. Biggest winner for me was the Breitling. The all titanium bracelet and case, ceramic bezel, 46mm watch for under 6k. Incredible what Breitling are doing now. Just a pity the watch is too bloody big. Then I went to, where else did I go to? Right, when I was looking at Zeniths, I was quite impressed with them at first, but I had big problems with the Zenith Chronomaster or whatever they call it. I've been after a Zenith Chronomaster for some time, and I saw the latest one. They limited to 1 of 100. And what's quite funny is they write 1 on the case back, ONE, which is quite funny really. So normally you'd expect 11 out of 100, but they've decided to go on every watch 1 out of 100, which is bananas, right? Anyway, tried the watch on, very impressed by the watch. Like the color of the bezel, the blue bezel. Remember, it's a limited anniversary edition, limited to 100 pieces, but the bracelet's god awful. The clasp is just terrible. I struggled to get the clasp open on the watch, if truth be told, and there's no micro adjust or no fly adjustment on the bracelet. And on a 12-gram watch, you don't really want that, guys. So I highly recommend the Hublot over the 3 watches. So my first choice is Hublot, second choice would be Breitling, the third choice would be Zenith. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will catch you on the next video.